simply so vast. That's why I say we need more technology, we need more infrastructure, we need more equipment. I worry at the end of the day not just about being able to keep the American people safe, but my brothers and sisters that are out there they use those things, they depend on those things to make sure they get home safe at the end of the ship.
What's your estimate? Because that sounds like you need more people, you need more resources in order to keep the country safe, which is what you just said. How many do you estimate are in the got-away category because you don't have what you need at the border and you didn't get any more support for it today in this fiscal year? Do you have a number on that?
It would just be a guess because there's so much of the area that we don't have situational awareness. There's just so much of the border that we don't have control and we're not at right now. So I know what we see, what we're able to actually capture, and it's in the hundreds of thousands. And those are the numbers that really, for us, keep us up at night because if you know that all you need to do is turn yourself in to the Border Patrol, go through the process, what possible reason would you have for going to the capture and put yourself in danger to cross? Those are the folks that probably have criminal intent, that have bad intent, that represent a hostile threat to the people of this country. That's the kind of thing that keeps us up at night. That's why I say we cannot confuse the issue. The issue is the Border Patrol agency, because Border Patrol exists and is needed to keep the American people safe from things that would do harm. Nobody's saying that immigration shouldn't take place, but it needs to take place in the right way for the reasons that I talked about. It puts them in danger and it takes us on the fence.
We have breaking news that I have to get to, but with this, just if you could give me a brief answer if you possibly can. With this border in enormous numbers and most of them get released into the country, would this have had a good impact at turning that situation around?
If it allowed us to hold those people in custody until their rights are removed and delivered a consequence, then yes, that too.
Chief, thank you very much. There's a lot to talk to you about. I really appreciate you taking time for today. I hope you'll come back and join us again soon. It's a very important issue for Americans and our national security, as I know you know better than any one of us. So thank you very much, sir, for all you do. And please send that message to everybody you're working with as well. We're grateful to them. All right, so we were just discussing this, and it is now official. The Senate has blocked the always who said that he was disappointed that this would have helped us to make the country safer, would have cut down on the number of single adult males entering the country that we've lost track of, not to mention his gang members as well. So tell us what your take is this afternoon as this thing has exploded.
Well, for several days, Martha, the border bill has been dead. It's been as dead as Woodrow Wilson. And now it's official. We just finished voting. There will be some who want to continue to talk about this bill. It's their right, but I think they'll just be thrown in a corpse. How we got here is no mystery. Some of my Democratic colleagues say Republicans welched on a deal. There was no deal to welch on. As part of the supplemental bill, we asked to have some more provisions, explored that might slow prison buyers over the border down. Leader McConnell appointed James Langford to do that. He did the best he could negotiating with people who supported open border. He brought the product back to us in the Republican conference in the Senate, and we said, James, we appreciate your hard work, but this is not sufficient. And that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, the question is whether or not it would have made people incrementally safer, because when you have a crisis that we cover here every day, we're talking about people on the terror watch list who are crossing, like today, yesterday, while this whole thing is being discussed, people may be entering this country who are planning to join the car. That's a pretty real assessment. I think it's a very
I like the track. Goldies. Gold chain pala.
Here's what she had to say this morning when she spoke with Phil Hammer and Indians right now. What our bill does do is close the border during times of high traffic. I do want to note, every single day this year, the border would have been closed
Second batch lang.
And when somebody acts like they don't care, sometimes it's not an act, Martha. This president, for example, Kirsten talked about, in your foot there, she talked about the president's emergency powers. The president had emergency powers if he chose to use them.
All right, Senator, thank you very much. Obviously, very hot topic, something that people are very concerned about when they see what's going on in their cities, when people are being arrested. Many people feel like this is something that we need to figure something out quickly, that can't wait until the election necessarily. So I thank you for giving us your thoughts on all of it. As you watch this afternoon, and we'll stay on it. We'll speak with you again soon. Thank you very much, sir. So, clear to say that there are deep divides that are playing out across the country on this issue. And when you get to the local level, residents and officials are grappling every day with the influx of migrants and the strain that it is putting on many of our cities. So in Colorado, last night, we found this meeting in Lakewood. Hundreds of people. Look at all the people in the hallways. They all wanted to be there to be part of this conversation. They wanted to make it clear to their leadership they do not have any intention of becoming a sanctuary city, which they're concerned might happen. Watch.
City Council is not discussing anything using the word sanctuary. They use words like good neighbor, welcoming, inclusive, supporting, sheltering. Technically true, Denver may not be asking us. We're asking them, can we help you?
We're going to talk to the residents from there coming up next.
Hey now, what's up? It's Jose Metal Ambassador Meg. Host here at Sirius XM. Days on liquid metal, nights on octane. Here to tell you about the brand new Sirius XM app. Check out my new personal page on the fully redesigned app to see all the places you can hear me, keep up with all the latest episodes, and more. Just search Jose Meng in the app to find me. Then keep exploring to add all of your Sirius XM favorites and new discoveries to your library.
Most trucking companies are hiring. So why should you consider a move to Creek Carrier or Schaefer Trucking? Just ask our drivers.
Very simply, I wished I'd have found them in the beginning. Best company, bar none. You know, I'm able to support a family, a car, and I'm able to do other things and still have, revenue at the end of the week.
Visit us at creekcarrier.com or call pound 250, keyword Creek. Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced monogamy. Sounds pretty insecure if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of monogamy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but because you love our phone plans. Quite ardently love our phone plans. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us 888-FREEDOM.
$1 trillion a year. That's how much it costs just to pay
Yeah,
for the
much
interest on the
together.
national debt. They're now spending $1 trillion a year just on the debt alone. It doesn't take an expert to know that this is unsustainable and could lead to a financial disaster if Washington doesn't get their act together. That's why thousands of concerned Americans are making the decision to diversify their wealth with precious metals like gold and silver, and they're turning to the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. Goldco is a 7-time Inc. 5000 winner with over 5,000 five-star reviews, and they've helped thousands of Americans place over $2 billion in gold and silver. Right now, they're offering up to $10,000 in bonus silver while supplies last. So what are you waiting for? Call Goldco at 800-782-GOLD to learn how you could get started today. Don't let government spending try and sink your plans for retirement. Call Goldco at 800-782-GOLD. That's 800-782-GOLD. Looking for your next European getaway? Let Gate 1 Travel show you more of the world for less with escorted tours through Europe. Book your next European escorted tour today and save 20%. Get an up-close view of the Eiffel Tower, kiss the famous Blarney Stone, or marvel at the iconic Colosseum. Find your next adventure at gate1travel.com and save 20% off with code GATE20. That's GATE20. Don't wait, book today at gate1travel.com. Offer expires 16 and
therapy and escorted tours.
Running a business today can be daunting. Rising prices, supply chain challenges, labor shortages. Legacy business systems are simply not up to the challenge. You need business management software you can rely on and a community you can trust. Acumatica is different by design. Built on the conviction that thriving small and mid-sized businesses are the heart of the modern digital economy. Acumatica was created to meet your complex needs, giving you a 360-degree view of your financial operations to track complex projects and putting you in control of your business. Visit Acumatica.com to discover how you can tap into the power of the cloud with a business system that enables you to make fast decisions based on real-time data, no matter where you are. We are a community of partners, customers, and creators. Join us. Acumatica.com. Building the future of business together.
You can now listen to every show on Fox News the next day, every day, from Fox and Friends to Gutfeld. Listen to Fox News on
So new developments today around the migrant suspected of beating NYPD officers in Times Square in this horrific video. The senior border official telling Fox that 4 of them, believed to have fled New York, are still at large. There's a manhunt that is underway across multiple law enforcement agencies, and the release of the suspects in these beatings without bail prompted the GOP to calls to fire Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg.
Is failing to execute the most basic functions of that job, which is to protect the people of Manhattan. In my view, he's almost a danger to the borough of Manhattan.
So across the country, residents are expressing concern and anger in some cases about this growing migrant crisis. They are flooding town hall meetings because they're concerned about the community. And one of those happened last night in Lakewood, Colorado. Look how crowded, I should say, this room is. These people turned out in force. This is a suburb of Denver. The residents gathered there to voice their opposition. They say they do not like the language that's being used around how they're going to help in this issue. They do not want to be a sanctuary city, just like Denver, which took in 40,000 migrants in the past year. Lakewood officials insist Lakewood has no plans to become a sanctuary city. They're simply offering to help Denver with the influx and be, quote, good neighbors.
Maybe I can
Let's see
squish
if you
the.
will with some of the Lakewood residents. Watch this.
Why did our city manager go to the city of Denver to see how they can, how is Lakewood going to help the city of Denver with this migrant issue?
That Lakewood resident, Mary Jansen, joins us now. She attended last night's meeting. She's a former Lakewood City Council member, and she has lived there for close to 60 years. Mary, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us what happened at this meeting. Why so many of the residents seem to sense that this is sliding in a direction that they're concerned about.
Absolutely. So we had a council meeting. Now, I wasn't at that council meeting, but I did watch it. And after that meeting in our general reports, they came out with the council voted to send the city manager to Denver to see how Lakewood could help the migrant issue. It kind of left some open doors, and everyone's wondering, are we a sanctuary city or are we not? Are we going to be a sanctuary city? What does that entail? We weren't talking to any of the people. I mean, I have talked to several people who have contacted their counselors and they're not getting straight answers. So there's a group of people that got together and this viral took place. And as you can see,
I'm sorry to jump in on you, and I do appreciate your time today. I hope you'll come back. We're going to stay on this Lakewood story, but I have to break away right now because we're hearing from the Secretary of State. My thanks to Mary Jansen joining us from Lakewood, and that is the story we'll stay on. Here's Secretary of State Antony Blinken on the heels of discussions over a hostage deal talk. Watch.
Lost someone that they love. And day after day, more people are killed. On all of my previous visits here, and pretty much every day in between, we have pressed Israel in concrete ways to strengthen civilian protection, to get more assistance to those who need it. And over the past 4 months, Israel has taken important steps to do just that, starting the flow of aid. doubling it during the first pause for hostage releases, opening the north and south corridors in Gaza so that people could move out of immediate harm's way through these corridors with 4 hours pause every day, 3 hours notice, opening Kerem Shalom, starting the flow of assistance from Jordan, establishing deconfliction mechanisms for humanitarian sites. As a result, today, more assistance than ever is moving into Gaza from more places than at any time since October 7th. As the largest donor of humanitarian aid to the Palestinians, the United States has helped provide much of that assistance, including funding 90,000 metric tons of flour delivered from Ashdod port. That's enough to provide bread for 1.4 million people for the next 5 months. A UN team began its mission to the north to assess conditions for the civilians who are still there, as well as what needs to be done to allow displaced Palestinians to return back home to And yet, as I said to the Prime Minister and to other Israeli officials today, the daily toll that its military operations continue to take on innocent civilians remains too high. In our discussions today, I highlighted some key steps that Israel should take to ensure that more aid reaches more people in Gaza. Israel should open Erez so that assistance can flow to northern Gaza, where, as I said, hundreds of thousands of people are struggling to survive under dire conditions. It should expedite the flow of humanitarian assistance from Jordan. It should strengthen deconfliction and improve coordination with the humanitarian providers. And Israel must ensure that the delivery of life-saving assistance to Gaza is not blocked for any reason by anyone. We urge Israel to do more to help civilians, knowing full well that it faces an enemy that would never hold itself to those standards, an enemy that cynically embeds itself among men, women, and children, and fires rockets from hospitals, from schools, from mosques, from residential buildings. An enemy whose leaders surround themselves with hostages, an enemy that has declared publicly its goal to kill as many innocent civilians as it can, simply because they're Jews, and to wipe Israel off the map. That's why we've made clear that Israel is fully justified in confronting Hamas and other terrorist organizations. And that's why the United States has done more than any other country to support Israel's right to ensure that October 7th never happens again. Israelis were dehumanized in the most horrific way on October 7th. The hostages have been dehumanized every day since. But that cannot be a license to dehumanize others. The overwhelming majority of people in Gaza had nothing to do with the attacks on October 7th. The families in Gaza whose survival depends on deliveries of aid from Israel are just like our families. Their mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, want to earn a decent living, send their kids to school, have a normal life. That's who they are. That's what they want. And we must not lose sight of that. We must not lose sight of our common humanity. We remain determined as well to pursue a diplomatic path to a just and lasting peace and security for all in the region, and notably for Israel. And that diplomatic path continues to come into ever sharper focus as I travel throughout the region and talk to all of our friends and partners. An Israel that's fully integrated into the region, with normal relations with key countries, including Saudi Arabia, with firm guarantees for its security, alongside a concrete, time-bound, irreversible path to a Palestinian state living side by side in peace and security with Israel, with the necessary security assurances. Over the course of this trip, we discussed both the substance and sequence of steps that all would need to take to make this path real. That includes steps by the Palestinian Authority to reform and revitalize itself. And I reaffirmed the imperative of those steps in my meeting today with President Abbas. Chief among them, improving governance, increasing accountability to the Palestinian people, reforms that the Palestinian authorities committed to make in a recently announced reform package, and will be urgent to implement swiftly. Now, we can see so many of the actors in the region lining up to move down the path that I just described. But some are not. Some are trying to sabotage that path. Iran and its proxies continue to escalate and expand the cycle of violence that we all want to break. We'll continue to defend our people. We'll continue to defend our interests in the face of such attacks, not to fuel escalation, but to prevent it.
Stop.
Finally, in my discussion,
I want to see what that do.
That's for the opening.
I also raised our profound concerns
Open the door.
about actions and rhetoric, including from government officials.
Stop na! Stop!
How do you use it?
Cut international support,
Laptop.
greater restraint
Huh?
on
Stop doing that.
the people of Israel.
I'm tired.
Enormous
What you been doing?
this nation
Long day at
to
work.
defend it.
The what?
Long day at work.
On the other side, the right
Long day at work?
and whether
What
they're
do you
ready to
mean by
make
long day at
choices
work?
necessary
Been working up my
to
butt off
realize the vision along the list
all
of
day. Work.
possibilities.
Only had 2 breaks.
As a true friend of it,
That was my science
as a
class.
has always been
and,
first to its side, whether that was
What is it called again?
April 14th, 1948,
Lunch.
or October 7th,
My only 2 breaks. Other than
But
that,
you
I was
have
working
always
myself out.
one break, right?
Huh?
You only have one break?
especially
No, 2.
once it matters.
2? I thought you only have one recess.
The first
Yeah, we
question
only
is
have
the
one.
law
Oh,
coming
then
out
I
with
have.
the New York Times.
Last year you have 2, right?
Yeah. No, I meant last year was still 1. Never mind.
So this year is only 1.
Last year was still 1.
Huh?
Last year was still 1, right? Yeah, it was still 1. Last time I remember.
Yeah.
It was still 1 last
I just
year.
want to clarify, is this response or these negotiations DOA at this point? And what specifically did the Prime Minister object to in that response? Also, the Prime Minister, shortly after you met with him, made clear that Israeli troops will be moving deeper into Rafah. Will the United States simply stand by as this action is pursued? Even with 1 million Palestinians, more than 1 million Palestinians being held or in Rafah, seemingly with nowhere to go. And if I may, Congress is now moving ahead with a bill that would pair aid for Ukraine with aid for Israel. Would the administration endorse a potential package that once again prohibits UNRWA funding? Thank you.
I squeezed. I must in the second line. Our second batch. Then one of the car squeezed in front. I am supposed to be in that position there. And then I said, oh, I was supposed to be that area. So when the teacher start having calling the numbers, I squished the other side.
To see if we can get to an agreement, and that's what we intend to do. And I'm not to speak for anyone else involved, but again, we believe the space is there, and we believe that we should.
Dun, 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 dun.
With
Dun,
regard to
dun, 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 dun.
as I said before,
Dun, dun,
has the
dun,
responsibility
dun.
as the application to do everything possible to ensure that its civilians are protected, and they get the assistance they need in the course of this conflict. Any military campaign, military operation that Israel undertakes needs to put civilians first and foremost in mind. And I suggest that again, some ways to do that. And that's especially true in Rafah, where there are somewhere between 2 and 4 million people, many of them displaced
Isa, Isa.
In terms of you have jurisdictions and civilian protection.
Do you have assignment, Boboy?
Yeah, I'm only reading.
You have test tomorrow, right?
No, that's Friday.
What is that? Did you ask the teacher?
Oh yeah, those are our new spelling words.
So the other one that you studied last week, the last weekend is not?
Nope.
Why?
Huh?
What happened?
Because we had those for 2 weeks and we've been always busy and things have been happening on Friday, so we missed it.
That there be a thorough investigation.
So you're not going to have that?
Nope, I don't think.
But it says on the paper that your spelling test is on the 23rd. But the other one, the one that you studied last weekend, is on the Friday.
Let me take a guess.
Vocabulary. I thought you already have that.
Oh yeah, so spelling. These new spelling words.
But you did not have that spelling yet.
Yeah, so we do this one.
Is the what?
Because he says those are overdue and we're not going to do them. But if we do them, count me screwed.
What do you mean?
Count me screwed. Count me out. I'm gonna lose. Didn't happen.
This situation
I don't want to put it off on my car.
Israel, you also want to go to the boss of the PLA. So let me hear your thoughts.
So you did not ask. Did the teacher tell you what test you have to have in Friday?
She didn't tell, but I already know it's on our newspaper.
Newspaper is different there.
No, our
It's
newspaper. This Friday is our spelling test.
yeah, the spelling, but the spelling that you studied last weekend, that's the one on this coming Friday.
No, that's not the one. This one is
The one that the new one that she put it out is on the 23rd. Do you know that? The 23rd. Take a look on your binder. It's in there. That's why I told your dad, or maybe you need to study that, the one that you studied last weekend. You hear me? I think you need to study that one just in case.
Well, then let's study both.
Okay.
Saying just in case.
But the new that she put in is on the 23rd. I'm gonna check again if what is the next.
As the Biden administration starts to worry about bleeding support on its left flank.
I think it's a very valid question as we get into this, and whether or not the administration is going wobbly.
I'll take my bag, okay?
Why?
I'm gonna go take the bag.
Okay.
Wait, you taking out the dog?
I did.
So we can't take him out now?
Yeah, you can take it out.
Fine. We can
You want it?
we can take it out later. Fine.
Okay, good now.
Okay, I gotta go really bad.
Open it.
I can't. Thank you.
Come on.
Rod. Wait, is the
Most-
coat off?
What?
Is the coat off? The coat.
Oh no.
Coat on?
No.
Needs to do its job. Congress needs to provide funding for our friends who are facing existential threats, whether that's the Taiwanese who are looking at the People's Liberation Army potentially invading as soon as 2017, whether it's the Israelis who are facing genocidal terrorists backed by Iran as it races towards a nuclear program of its own that it will menace the Jewish state with, whether it's Ukraine facing an invasion from Russia. Congress, please do your job, fund our friends, because it is in the interest of the United States for our enemies, whether it's Russia or China or Iran, to not feel that they have the upper hand.
Yeah, the United States is a luxury that we probably can't afford. I'm going to play a moment for you from President Biden the other day because it's relevant to the conversation
Bye bye guys. Thank you for stopping by. I am the trunk in front of you. Lol.
We're so overwhelmed. There's been a response